Two separate cases, but with drastically different bonds.
And it comes on the heels of a judge increasing a rape and murder suspect's bond from $50,000 to $850,000. Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Chief Johnny Jennings said at the time, disappointed, doesn't even begin to describe how he felt about the original low bond.
All right, so we had many wondering why there's such discrepancies and what is the protocol now for setting bond. And for those answers, we're going to turn now to Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes.
Yeah, so Kali, if you were a former chief magistrate, so you're well versed in this area, when it comes to setting bonds, why could it differ from judge to judge?
Discretion is the easiest word I can say. And so I'm not just being the former chief magistrate, I also helped rewrite the bail policy, part of the team of District Court, Superior Court, the DA, and Public Defender that all worked on that for about 2.5 years. And so within our General Assembly statute, it's clear that a judge has discretion, clear discretion to set whatever parameters they believe will be ensure that the person will appear in court and that they will pose no danger to the community, specifically that they won't commit a crime, specifically a new violent crime. And so while Chief Jennings, I love what he does for the community and his approach to ensuring that his officers are out there doing and engaging with the community, but there will be no bond that a law enforcement officer will believe will justify making the community safe. So those types of comments are understandable from the chief, but the judges are put in a situation, the district court judge that originally first hears the case will know not as much as a superior court judge that later hears the case. They'll have a bigger, better picture, a more clearer picture. In this situation, it's a one-off. You're talking about a homicide and a rape, so those numbers typically are not that low. But in most cases, the district court judge doesn't have clearly the amount of information that a superior court judge will know.
And just to be able to piggyback on that, specifically the case you're talking about is where the bond went from $50,000 to $850,000. And so you said it started off at the district level and then to the superior court level. That's when you get more information and then you say, you know what, here's what the bond should be. My question for you too is how big of a difference are you looking at prior offenses with other crimes, not maybe the ones that they're charged with, in terms of what their bond could be?
That goes into there. There's 11 factors, the statutes 15A, 533 and 534 that a judge will look at or judicial official. So it starts at the magistrate. Our General Assembly has limited the cases that magistrates can touch. Then it goes to a district court judge, and then when the superior court judge looks at it, they're all looking at those same factors. So the nature of the charge, the weight of the evidence, their likelihood of coming back is looked at where they live at, you know, their prior history. All that stuff is compiled. They get a pretrial services report, and the judge then makes a decision. I know Judge Fleet, I know Judge McKnight. I was in front of Judge McKnight earlier this week. Both of them are highly respected in their profession. I just think that when the district court judge saw that, I'm not sure what happened, why that amount was so low. I mean, but if you're looking at the case, weight of the evidence, nature of the charge is something that every judge will weigh heavily. If his defense is what they mentioned, like this charge that he believed that he was the victim, that there was someone else in there, maybe his attorney at that time mentioned that to the judge and they recognized that the weight may have not been as hard as they believed. And from the outside, it does look bad when you're talking about rape and you're talking about homicide.
Yeah,
but
we
weren't
in the
court
case. On the street.
Right. We don't know what would happen in that court case. And we always have to remember, when we were in that room, we always will say that the person is always presumed innocent until they are convicted. Right. And so a public perception is different. In the public's eyes, most of the time, you're guilty, and then you have to prove that you're innocent. And so we have to remember that if this person has no criminal history, they don't have anything else to look at except for that current charge. And if you're not talking about a horrific charge like a rape and a homicide, most of the time they are going to get a lower bond.
Okay. Khalif Rhodes, we appreciate your insight.